الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله الحمد لله الحمد لله الذي هدانا لهذا وما كنا لنهتدي لولا أن هدانا الله وما التوفيق ولا اعتماد إلا على الله عليه توكلت وإليه أنيب أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له ولا نظير له ولا مثيل له شهادة موصلة إلى دار القرار ونشهد أن سيدنا ومولانا محمدا عبده وحبيبه ورسوله أرسله الله تعالى رحمة للعالمين صلى الله تعالى عليه وعلى آله وأولاده وأزواجه وأصحابه وأتباعه وخلفاء الراشدين المهديين من بعده ووزراء الكاملين في عهده خصوصا منهم على الأئمة خلفاء رسول الله تحقيق أمراء المؤمنين حضرة أبو بكر وعمر وعثمان وعلي ذوي القدر الجليل وعلى بقية الصحابة والتابعين رضوان الله تعالى عليهم أجمعين يا أيها المؤمنون الحاضرون اتقوا الله تعالى واطيعوه إن الله مع الذين اتقوا والذين هم محسنون قال الله سبحانه وتعالى في كتابه المنزل على نبيه المرسل بعد أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم وما أرسلناك إلا رحمة للعالمين آمنا بالله صدق الله مولانا العظيم ولنا رسوله الكريم ونحن على ذلك من الشاهدين قال رسول الله صلى الله تعالى عليه وسلم إنما قلت لتم مكارم الأخلاق صدق رسول الله صلى الله تعالى عليه وسلم كما قال الحمد لله حمدا كثيرا كما ينبغي لجلال سلطانه وعظيم شأنه والصلاة والسلام على سيد الأنام نبينا محمد عليه السلام صلاة تدوم وتهدى إليه ممر الليالي وطول الدوام وعلى آله وصحبه ومن اتبعه بإحسان إلى يوم الدين. أما بعد. All praise be to Allah Almighty, the most merciful, the most beneficent. May endless peace and blessings of Allah be upon His beloved Prophet and Messenger, sent as a mercy for all creation, Sayyidina Muhammad sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam. May endless peace and blessings of Allah be upon His beloved family, His beloved companions, and to all those who follow the guidance, the teachings, the sunnah, the example of Sayyid al-Anam, sent as a mercy, Sayyidina Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, among the ummah of Sayyidina Muhammad sallallahu ta'ala alaihi wasallam up to the eternity. All believers, Allah's order and command through the Holy Quran coming to us in order to enlighten our hearts, to enlighten our minds, to grant us inner peace, to grant us happiness and safety through this life and for eternity after. What a beautiful world is eternity. For everything in this life is like a short dream, quick ending. And this is one of the miracles and one of the secrets Allah left for the ummah of Sayyidina Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, open door, open window for us to contemplate and think. The doors of prophethood closed with the coming of last prophet and messenger Sayyidina Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. 124,000 came, the last one and the first one also, because when Allah created Adam alayhi salam, He saw in the door of the paradise written La ilaha illallah Muhammadun Rasulullah. Then He knew this one, even physically not going to be, but his station and maqam is among the first. And he is Sayyidul Adam. And he said, Sayyidina Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, I am the master for all children of Adam. And this is not to be proud. And this is the real position which Allah bestowed upon him, to be the seal of all prophets and messengers, to be mercy for all creation, and to be shafi', intercessor for all, on behalf of all prophets and messengers for all the nations. It is Allah's order and command through the Holy Quran, His word, His living miracle for believers to be obedient servants to Allah Almighty. Is there any benefits for Allah Almighty for our obedience? No, He doesn't need from any of His creation. And all His creation, including mankind, they need in every second of their physical existence through this life to be continuing in this life. They need His protection and support. Even for the blink of the eye or less than that, if His not protection coming from Allah, then it is impossible for any of us to exist even for a second. Then He doesn't need, but we need. Then our existence through this life is conditioned and connected in every second from beginning to the end, whatever Allah has granted us to be for this short period of time, for this dream, with all the doors of prophethood closed, only left for Ummah of Sayyidina Muhammad the dream. Because dreams, prophets, when they saw in the beginning, before they got the revelation, Allah showing to them what's going to happen through the dreams. And this door left for believers in order to learn and realize that this life is like the dream. When you're going through the sleep and you're experiencing maybe such a nice, beautiful dream and seeing such nice things making you so happy, and you're feeling like it is a real from the happiness and enjoyments, whatever food or traveling or meeting people you love, and it looks like it is maybe days and weeks and months or years you're spending in such condition, and when you're waking up you realizing that was nothing. It was a matter of seconds and it never took place physically. Your soul experienced and your body also feeling the happiness, and the opposite also. Some bad dreams also making all your day so heavy and sad, because nothing happened physically to you, but because of your experience through that dream was so bad, it is even your body become like heavy and stressed. But Allah wanted for us to wake up. You're going to sleep. The sleep is like a half death. When you're going there, you are that one, same. The one when you are awake up, but you don't see, you don't know, you don't hear anything. When you are sleeping, it is like you are half dead. And when the waking up, then all these facilities, these abilities of thinking, talking, moving, listening, seeing, coming back, all of a sudden to you. You are enabled to be fully active in life. Allah wanting us to remember every day, like this life, comparing to the akhirah, is like this sleep. And sleep is half death, but also the stories you going through this life will end in one moment and will be like the matters of seconds. Because life here, if somebody lives 100 years, this is what maximum can live in our time, looks like a very long time. Same when you are sleeping in your dream, looks very long time. But scientifically has been proven that dream is less than few seconds. To have all these experiences, all this happiness, all these meetings, all these travelings in matter of seconds, this shows the power of Allah putting through your soul to experience all of this and to feel it also physically while you are in your dream and when you are waking up in such a short period of time, for bad or for good. Sleep, half death, and experience of what you're going through that dream looks 100% real, but when you're waking up, you're realizing that was a dream. Nothing in reality happened. Even you go through all of this, but it was worth nothing, because it is still a dream. You may become a millionaire, but when you are waking up, you have not a pen in your hand through your dream. It means this is an experience which Allah wants you to learn lessons. Like a miracle through the Holy Quran, Allah making this Quran to be a guidance and light for us, but also Allah leaving some supports after the Quran and Sunnah for every individual to go through and experience certain things in order to make sense of what Allah is showing you through the Holy Quran, of the realities, of the haqiqah, of this life. Because akhirah, the eternity, no limits. But the life in this world, we think it's a long, and we don't know when it's ending. No one knows when it's coming, and nobody asking us when we're coming, and no one asking us even when we leave. There's two major decisions in the existence of any individual, not in the hands of anyone, only in the hands of Allah Almighty. In order for us not to be in ghafla, to be prepared, to think about meeting our Lord, not to lose for the sake of little dream of enjoyments, to oppose the order of Allah and to make sinning and to commit haram and to commit injustice and oppression for sake of gaining certain materialistic or enjoyments of this life is not worth to lose the eternity, to lose the mercy, and to upset with you the one who is providing you with everything. How ungrateful for some person who, say example, giving you a gift or doing you a great favor, and instead of saying thank you, to shout or to swear. Is this the manner you're expecting from somebody when you're doing great favor? To return in that way? What about the one who is granting you everything from beginning to the end? Everything, all the bounties, endless, from your physical, from your spiritual, from your mental, from your material, from everything surrounding from Him. And to go against Him, not to be grateful, not to be obedient to Him, then what a great loss. If something belonging to us, from our body, from this world which we have created, something which is created by us, feel free to use it to disobey your Lord. But you have nothing which belongs to you. Not your ear, not your tongue, not your eyes, not your hand, not your feet, not the food, not the water, not the trees, not anything. Everything from sun to all the universes created in order to facilitate and make for mankind possible to exist. If Allah was to decrease the light or the heating which we receive from the sun, which is like millions of years distance from us, we will be in darkness and frozen, immediately finished. If Allah was to bring closer this heat and light, everyone will be in seconds burnt, because the temperature of the sun is in billions of centigrades. But everything is precisely created for us, from the moon, from the stars, from the oceans, from the sun, and we don't have in the end of the month, like we pay for using a little bit of light or a gas, the bill is free of charge. All Allah wants from us to say, Alhamdulillah. Praise be to you, O my Lord. I am so grateful. Alhamdulillah wa shukrulillah. And what we are losing by doing this, by being grateful to Allah, don't use His ni'mah to disobey, to go against His order. If something belongs to you, use it, but nothing belonging to us. Our souls, everything, our existence is from Him, and we return to Him. This is just a reminder of our reality, our life in this world. How Allah's generosity, Allah's mercy, Allah's love for mankind greater than all other creations, including angels who never disobey, making us higher even than angels. But when we are grateful, when we are obedient to Him. And what is the price of obedience? Whatever He has granted for you, His promise, لَإِن شَكَرْتُمْ لَأَزِيدَنَّكُمْ. Allah saying His promise to us, when you are grateful for my bounties, for my grants to you, you saying Alhamdulillah wa shukrulillah, I will increase them, even giving you more and more and more. His generosity, no limits. His oceans of His mercy and generosity for His servants, no limits. But because we forgetting the source of all grants and bounties, and we thinking something is our property and we are the ones in charge, then we losing the barakah and mercy, and we getting disconnected, and we getting in the position when we are left in our own, struggling, fighting with the dunya, thinking we can gain and get more and more and more, and we become so selfish, never saying Alhamdulillah, never saying Bismillah, then all the troubles falling on our heads, and we're facing all types of stresses, illnesses, troubles, challenges in every step. We don't even know our right from our left. Because once you lose that divine guidance and support, and once you become disobedient to Allah Almighty, then you are left in your own. And in your own, not completely, Allah is still providing everything for you, because if He was to cut that, He cannot exist. But He's letting you to find how, if you are disobeying to Him, how are you going to get what you are trying to get. Even if you're gaining the wealth of the whole dunya, you still will be the most miserable one. Because the wealth of dunya is not something which will give you inner peace and happiness. Al-Qana'a, Kanzul la yafna. To be contained with what Allah has given to you, it is an endless treasure. And this containment cannot be achieved by anything else but with obedience to Allah. And when the servant becomes obedient, what Allah has promised him, not just to grant him dunya, but also to grant eternity. Ya abdi kulli muti'a. Allah mentioned through the Hadith al-Qudsi. Hadith al-Qudsi is like the Holy Quran, but it's not in Quran. Allah revealing to Sayyidina Rasulullah directly to say it, but it is not the Quran. Because Quran is the word of Allah, but this is an inspiration for explaining to believers something very powerfully. Normal hadith is also inspiration, but it's not Quran. But Al-Qudsi, Hadith Al-Qudsi is the strongest type of guidance for believers. After Hadith Qudsi comes Hadith Sahih. And he's saying, Ya Abdi kulli muti'a. Allah wants from us only one thing. What He wants from us? He doesn't need anything from us. But in order for us to receive everything with no limits through this life and for eternity in Akhirah, He just wants one thing from us: to obey Him. Kulli muti'a. Aj'aluka Rabbaniya. What is the result? Immediately He making you to be for Him. If you are obedient to Him, then you are belonging to Him. Not to your ego, not to dunya, not to your selfishness, to your nafs and hawa. No, you are His property. And if you become Allah's property, can anybody come and touch you? Can anybody approach and harm you? Can any wrong things happen to you? No. Allah making for you that special position, special maqam, station to be Rabbani. If you are asking something, He will answer for you. When you becoming obedient to Him, He's making you Rabbani, and the result of being in that position, when you're asking, He's answering. Instead of running after people and asking them, why would just, and they will not give what you ask. You have to work very hard, and maybe even they will still not give you your due rights. But if you become obedient to Allah, then He makes you the whole world to serve you. And whatever asking, immediately granted to you. This is His promise through the Hadith al-Qudsi and through the Holy Quran also. وَقَالَ رَبُّكُمْ ادعوني استجب لكم. What does it mean, this holy verse from the Holy Quran? Allah is saying, وَقَالَ رَبُّكُمْ, your Lord has said, ask me and I will answer. Ask. You are not asking from someone who is limited in his treasures. You are asking from someone who has no limits. Even if he granting every individual in this life whatever they imagining through their minds, is like taking a drop from the ocean from his endless treasures. But we forgetting and we thinking, yes, we are in charge of everything and we can do as we want. No. أنا أريد وأنت تريد والله فعال لما يريد. Yes, you have some limitations, some freedom in choosing what you want, but it is not going to be as you want. Something Allah letting it happen for you, maybe is what is good for you, and certain times you want something, it is harmful for you, and Allah may be also putting limits for you to protect you from yourself, from what you ask. But what you want and what I want is not going to be. Only what Allah wants, He is فَعَلٌ لِمَا يُرِيدُ. As He wishes, He can do. It will be. And for Him, all He needs, أمره بين كاف والنون. وإذا أراد شيئا أن يقول له كن فيكون. If He says to something, His irada, His wish, His will is between two letters, kaf and nun. If He says kun, be, it will be. This is our Lord Allah Almighty. This is the holy book which He revealed, a living miracle for us. Sayyidina Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, His most beloved Prophet and Messenger, is our Prophet. We have endless treasures from Allah, and all doors of His mercy is open for dunya and akhirah. The Prophet ﷺ saying that the doors of paradise open for everyone except those who don't want to enter. And they say, Ya Sayyidi, Ya Rasulullah, the companions, who is going to be refusing to enter paradise? Yes, there are people who don't want to enter, despite all the doors open. Mercy of Allah open for all. But those who become arrogant, disobedient, they're leaving the ta'ah. They're not listening, not obeying. They are the ones who don't want paradise. They want headaches and troubles and stress to this life because they not obeying. Allah is not benefiting from their obedience, anything, but it is for us to benefit, for us to take our stations to the one which Allah has created us, intended for us from the beginning, but He left for us the freedom of choosing to be obedient or disobedient, unlike angels. This is why their station is constantly the same, static, despite them being all the time obedient. But for people, their stations can be to the highest and to the lowest, asfal safilin, and the most honorable, even higher than angels, because we have that freedom of choosing. For whatever we have no choice, we will not be responsible. If somebody having accident or illness, you are not going to be blamed for it or responsible. But if you are lying or cheating or hurting or committing haram, then you are responsible, because you have the choice to do opposite, to obey your Lord, but you're choosing to obey your ego and nafs al-amara bisu, and the worst enemy is Allah. Warn all of us from the day one. لَكُمْ عَدُوٌّ مُبِينٌ. الشَّيْطَانُ عَدُوٌّ مُبِينٌ. But we still, the one who has given us all the headaches, taking us from the paradise and chasing us in every step in this life, we are listening to him and to our nafs and ego, and to disobeying to our Lord and to our beloved Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and disobeying the command of Allah through the Holy Quran. Then this is the greatest Loser is the one who is not maintaining that high honorable stations by obeying, which makes every door and everything in our life easy and for eternity, because obedience doesn't cost you anything. All easy. But disobedience, all is costing you. You have to pay for all acts of disobedience and giving you also troubles. But by being kind, being honest, being honorable, being obedient, fulfilling the order of Allah, all of these are not costing you anything. But when you go in opposite, you have to commit harams and you have to pay for it. And still, the end result of that, you're getting headaches, stresses, and fitness and problems which never ending. All believers, don't be in ghafla, because shaitan is looking for that moment of people, they become heedless, not caring about Allah's order and Prophet ﷺ, also Sunnah and his ways, his example. Then he's trapping and putting us in all these difficulties in order for us to be like him, losers, min al-khasirin, dunya and akhirah. Sad, distressed, conflicts, problems which never end. Individually, as families, as communities, as societies, as countries, as nations, he's all coming to make this among the people in order for them to end, to have bad ending. But Allah and His Messenger ordering for us to look for good ending, husnul khatimah. May Allah grant for all of us. Ya Allah, biha, Ya Allah, bi husnul khatimah. Oh Allah, grant for us to have a good ending. Grant for us to be obedient servants to you. Forgive our sins. Keep us in the straight path, because continuing, traveling in the right direction, in the straight path, al-istiqamah, khayr min alfi karamah. It is better than having thousands and thousands of miracles. اللهم آمين آمين وصلى اللهم على سيد الأولين والآخرين وحبيب رب العالمين وشفيع المذنبين سيدنا محمد النبي الأمي وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين وآخر دعوانا أن الحمد لله رب العالمين. ألا أن أحسن الكلام بلغ النظام كلام الله الملك العزيز العلام كما قال الله تبارك وتعالى في أحسن الكلام إلى آخر القرآن فاستمعوا له وأنصتوا لعلكم ترحمون. صدق الله العظيم. الحمد لله الحمد لله الحمد الكاملين والصلاة والسلام على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما. اللهم صل وسلم وبارك على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد كما صليت وباركت ورحمت على سيدنا إبراهيم وعلى آل سيدنا إبراهيم إنك في العالمين حميد مجيد. آمين. اللهم اغفر لنا واغفر لنا وارحمنا واسقنا واشفنا واشف مرضانا وارحم امواتنا واصلح شاننا وشان المسلمين وانصرنا على القوم الكافرين الظالمين الطاغين وادخلنا في عبادك الصالحين الذين لا خوف عليهم ولا هم يحزنون. اجعلنا مع الذين انعمت عليهم من النبيين والصديقين والشهداء والصالحين وحسن اولئك رفيقا. اللهم نور قلوبنا بنور معرفتك ومحبتك ومحبتك حبيبك ونبيك سيدنا محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم. اللهم ارحم امه محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم وارحم امه محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم. اللهم احفظ أمة محمد صلى الله تعالى عليه وسلم. اللهم انصر أمة محمد صلى الله تعالى عليه وسلم. يا أرحم الراحمين ارحمنا يا أرحم الراحمين يا غفار الذنوب يا ستار الذنوب يا فتاح القلوب. اللهم اسكننا لرحمتك رحمة ولا تجعلنا من القانطين. وارحمنا أنت أرحم الراحمين. والسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرحمن الرحيم. إن الله يأمر بالعدل والإحسان وإيتاء ذي القربى وينهى عن الفحشاء والمنكر والبغي يعظكم لعلكم تذكرون.